Hello, my name is Galina Kurdina. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I am a victim of specific mind control effects upon me. Uh, I'm still tortured with insomnia, and sorry, but I do not feel good. Um, However, I would like to talk to you about one woman in our targeted individuals community. Her name is Bobbi Shally Peitsch. Um, I have received a letter from another woman, a member of our group, regarding Bobbi. This woman, she wrote to me that in one of Bobbi's YouTube channels, she talks about you, me, how you were fixing her letter and didn't want her on your list of targeted individuals. She spent most of it talking about you. That was months ago. First of all, I kindly ask everybody who watched this video, send me a link to it because I cannot find it on YouTube. Um, I think that it exists, of course, but I cannot find it. So I would like to talk a little bit more about Bobbi. I received first letter from her on the 8th of April last year. She wrote that she was a targeted individual, that she experienced electromagnetic effects upon her, her sister, and her mother. She requested me to add her name to our group, and of course I did it. She reported to me that a cab company, a car rental company, and a church were involved in stalking of her. She wrote to me, I have also been able to track the network they have me on and track to a robotics lab in Ottawa. This has cost me my life savings in tens of thousands of dollars just to come full circle, placing my eggs into a basket of overeducated individuals who could not trap a mouse. She talks here about a group. Obviously, she worked with this group in order to detect and track perpetrators. She wrote to me that the Canada Criminal Code removed sections 79 to 83, which covered direct energy weapons and organized crime. Of course, when I opened this code, Canada Criminal Code, I perfectly found all these sections. And for example, section 82.2, that for the purposes of sections 82.3 and 82.5, device means any of the following: a nuclear explosive device, a device that disperses radioactive material, a device that emits ionizing radiation and that is capable of causing death, serious bodily harm, or substantial damage to property or the environment. So all sections have been in place for many years. Okay, so after I added her name of her sister and her mother to our group, she requested to support her letter that she wanted to send to ICC, International Criminal Court. Of course, I agreed to support this letter, and I requested a draft of it. She sent me, I read this letter, and I saw a very long list of lines with captions, name, date, and email address or something like that, like 20 or maybe more lines. And I just asked her, Bobbi, if you want to keep the table and organize the forwarding from one member to another, you are welcome to do it by yourselves. You know email addresses of our organization. You can Everybody can go to our website and see their petition, our names and email addresses. And of course I said to her that I will not organize the queue because she needed this letter urgently, and you can imagine what it means, how much time it takes. Forward this letter to one person, wait for an answer, after that send this letter to another person, and do this procedure for 20 times. Of course, I answered to her, I will not organize this queue. But if you want my help, I emailed her, delete the table and add space in the form for full names, addresses, email addresses, dates and signatures. And of course, I suggested that it would be better if she add as lines and captions for date, full name, signature, mailing address and email address. We exchanged these letters and many times, and she sent me another draft where she removed these 20 lines and left just empty space. Okay, I reminded that it would be better to add lines for name, date and so on. Furthermore, I decided to write to all members of our organization. I did it on the 27th of May last year, that Bobbi Peitsch is going to send a letter to all of us, a letter to support her case in ICC, and I encouraged all of them that as soon as she edits her form, please sign and support her. After that, Bobbi sent me the same unedited draft, just the same, several times, like 4 or 5 times. She sends me this letter, I answer to her, please edit it, because of course I never fixed, and I'm not going to fix letter of other people. They must do it by themselves. And she continued to email me the same unedited version of the support letter several times. At long last, eventually, on the 14th of June last year, I wrote to Bobbi, you promised to send me an edited version with lines and captions for full name, mailing address and so on, and you have sent me the same unedited version for the 4th or 5th time. Sorry, I cannot spend my time for nothing, since it is obvious that your intentions are not sincere and serious. I do not know why you joined our group. Now, as I understand, Bobbi spreads information that I excluded her because I don't know, I didn't want her in our group because we compete to each other or something like that, or maybe I am jealous and envy, something like that, or maybe I am looking for fame. Of course, all this bullshit, and I had to exclude her because she was she wasn't serious and sincere. It was the only reason. Next, Bobbi informed me in her letters, informed me many times about these applications that she downloaded or bought in order to detect and track her perpetrators. I am not a specialist in this field. I cannot say anything about it, whether it is right or wrong. And on the 5th of June last year, I answered to her, show these Wi-Fi trackers and scanners to specialists or police officers. If they find perpetrators or prove attacks upon you by means of these trackers and monitors, inform us only after that, please. I even added, sorry you waste my time. Maybe it, I don't know, because we exchanged this information many times, maybe she was, I don't know, upset or something like that, but I still think that I was absolutely right. Because, in order for us to believe all this, we need something like conclusions from specialists, licensed technicians, engineers, private investigators who are specialists in this field, that these applications really can track, detect and track perpetrators, and this is something reliable. Furthermore, I kindly ask all people who really use these applications, take these measurements to specialists like private investigators and ask their opinion. And please share these opinions with us, because unless I get this opinion, I will not be able to believe these results. Furthermore, Bobbi promises, I just opened several of her videos, and she promises in these videos, almost in every video, that these measurements will be accepted in Canadian courts. This is what I'm going to say to you is 100% true. These homemade measurements will not be accepted in any Canadian court as a proof or a solid evidence. You understand why? Because Canadian courts accept only expert opinions. And if, for example, this expert opinion is not solid, curriculum vitae of this resume of this expert is not solid, it may be easily dismissed. So what you do at your home, at your houses with your cell phones will not be accepted in Canadian courts 100%. One more time, I do not believe Bobbi, and it doesn't mean that what she does is not true, is wrong. No, I just need any information from specialists, experts, that what she does is really something reliable. And the last thing that I have to mention, Bobbi is actively working with, or at least actively worked in the past with Karen Stewart. Unfortunately, I do not work with people who support government agents and provocateurs like Karen Stewart or Julian McKinney or Derek Robinson. Sorry, it is impossible for me. Thank you for your support, and by one more time, please send me information. And if, for example, you have any confirmations that what Bobbi promotes in her videos is reliable, confirmation from licensed experts, please share this information with us. Thank you. Bye.